Good morning. Same as usual. Kindly let me know if you can hear me well and whether music is too loud or not. Okay, so let's just wait for a few more minutes and then we'll start. Okay, so I guess we can start. Um, Good morning, everyone. So the plan today was to look for continuation setups. Due to the current market structure, this would most likely be 4H trend continuation, which if you study the setup I shared in my educational content, and I told you guys well, to revise, that is also giving 15 minutes compression. It's just right now looking at Bitcoin, I'm a bit torn. Basically Bitcoin already gave this 15 minutes compression, which gave the last leg up, and now it's just chopping around the 4H trend. So 4H chart looks kind of fine because, well, we're on the 4H trend, we got our reset stock, but we're on the weekend, and I don't know, last weekend we had absolutely zero volume, and on top of that, I mean, just looking at this price action, it's not the strongest stuff. Like, you typically want something that is either looking like a nice triangle, or you want something that makes a high, consolidates, sweeps, and then makes a real strong push. So you could say this is what would happen here on the left, but then when stocks and more generally it was euro and gold dumping, so nice DXY pump yesterday, Bitcoin dumped, and now it's been chopping and looking a bit weak. So it's not what's looking best here. I mean, when you have price action like this, I would either want a new leg up very fast, so that my chart looks like a strong structure, because you have like your high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then it pumps right here. So that's kind of what you want to see with this structure here. And of course, this is if we go to the 15 minutes chart, it's also telling us you kind of want to see a move soon, because you have this 15-minute chart here that is giving a compression. But you see, unlike last time in your compression where you have everything's tight and super ascending, which is like really bullish, we have this 15-minute MA 100 that is really descending, and this one's flat. The EMA 200 is flat, so I'm almost tempted to open a short like this, because if that falls, we can be almost sure it's gonna sweep at least these lows. And we have nice confluence, because we know whenever we lose the 4H trend, the system tells us to look at 1H EMA 200, and 1H EMA 200, that's this one. So I'm really tempted to take this. I think that would be a great bet, especially if you have like tons of longs, or if you hold a big bag of spots. Then this is definitely a nice hedge. Plus we have the 1H trend. You see 1H trend with EMAs. Support, and now it's resistance. Man, I think that's a great short. I know we came here too long. You guys joined this stream to find shitcoins to short, and I'm making you short Bitcoin, but I don't know, man. That looks like a great short. In fact, I'm actually going to take this small size now, because I don't see why not. Most of the altcoins I'm looking for are actually for a pullback, so man, I see him. Yeah, I'm gonna take a small short here, and worst case, you know what? If it reclaims the 1H trend, I can always cut early. Like, I have my stop here to resist and survive any kind of dumb wick like this. But I have this clear horizontal. You saw me draw live. So basically, if we start doing this, I can cut super early. So from, let's say, a strategic perspective, my risk reward is actually super high, because I might be able to just cut early around here or something. Yeah, I think that's a great shot. Okay, but it's important to start with this, because if I'm expecting the 4H trend to fail on Bitcoin, then maybe I can expect it to fail on some altcoins. So it should make us think twice before blindly longing 4H trend on coins. And maybe we should be looking for some 1H EMA 200 retest on some interesting coins. because well, this is generally a great retest level, and as I always say, if you want to be efficient when scanning the market, you need to know exactly what you're looking for. So it's good to have all this in mind, so we know we might not just be looking for edge compressions, we might also be looking for 1H EMA 200 retests. Okay, good. Then we're now in a Bitcoin short. Okay, let's take a look at Ethereum. I'm streaming, but if you guys want to share the shorts to your friends in Discord, that's okay. Otherwise, if you don't, it's also okay. It's just a nice incentive to join the stream. What we got on Ethereum? Could you chat move? I wanna zoom out. Yeah, so what I was saying in the last stream is that I was taking heavy profits at 1935 because there was a breakdown level here, and I pay a lot of attention to these breakdown levels. I think they're great. You know, you don't want to wait for equal high to take profits. So last week I took a lot of profits. Man, time passes so fast. When I sold 1936, that was already 10 days ago. Okay, jeez. Yeah, so I sold a lot of Ethereum here, and then we had our official trade that basically made us long again. And I was saying I'm definitely taking profits here because that's the obvious resistance. I'd even expect it to be that clean, but then, well, with the Shanghai upgrade and stuff, and the narrative, and this perfect SR flip, we basically went long again. And what I was saying is same thing as what we did on Bitcoin. We looked for the inefficiencies, and when you start entering this area, you have a high probability to fill it way higher. And in fact, since all this hasn't been tested since like March, and we had a huge dump here, we could kind of even agree that this is also an inefficiency. So it's not gonna fill at once, but I would say Ethereum could take some time. I mean, the squiggly line here is not super good. It doesn't matter. It's gonna take some time, but if this is just an eco bubble and not the bull run yet or whatever, it doesn't matter. We trade level to level anyway. I think 2.7k. That would probably be where I start looking for short swings. That would probably be a good target for this mini cycle. I mean, but who knows? Maybe the Fed pivot that idiots have been waiting for an entire year. People were talking about the Fed pivot when we were like here, just 6 months after the Federal Reserve started to hike rates, which was completely stupid if you ask me. But anyway, if we do get the Fed pivot, who knows what might happen to markets. I wouldn't be surprised if SPX makes a new high actually. Well, very exciting and scary times ahead at the same time. But let's stay focused. So that gives us plenty of upside for Ethereum, and it's not a big surprise. You know my macro chart, total market cap. It's not super complicated. We're just take a look at history. This is all in my macro plan, but in case you haven't read and you're just joining the stream here, total market cap is always the best macro indicator. It's always cleaner. I like to explain it by the fact, you know, sometimes there's just no new money entering the market, and there's a lot of rotation from one coin to another. So of course $1 of market cap to move from Bitcoin to Ethereum because of different liquidity, different supply. It's not like you can transfer $1 of market cap from a coin to another, but generally speaking, because of the rotations, it gives a better picture of the entire market rather than just looking at Bitcoin. And the levels are also way cleaner. I basically sold the top in May thanks to this fib extension, and you see the previous total all-time high. It was a perfect SR flip to give the bottom this one of this time. It gave the exact swing low here. So overall, that's my go-to macro chart. It's just way cleaner. Even stuff like this diagonal breakdown, it's not clean like that on Bitcoin. Anyway, what I wanted to say is we have this super again super clean level, horizontal level here, and we also have 3D EMA 200, which is also my main, I would say, macro and cycle moving average, and we just broke it. So to me, I mean, people could argue that if I'm looking at HGF perspective, then this entire order block here is resistance. So this is a huge piece of resistance here. That's fine. That's an acceptable argument. But from my perspective, basically these levels on total, they give very few deviations. It's not like Ethereum or Bitcoin, which are like full of deviations for liquidity, and this is always super clean. There's rarely any fake outs. So to me, if we broke here, we could have that retest like I drew. But then if 1.16 trillion gets tested, or even gets slightly lower, I would say this is really a fantastic buy. And in my opinion, dips are for buying now. I'm seeing maybe we want to front run this level since we have this horizontal here, but like if we get there, I think that would be pretty much aligned with what I was showing earlier in Ethereum. Here, 2.7k, so that gives us a ton of upside, and until then I want to keep buying the dip. So maybe it's time to actually start looking for some shit coins. We're gonna do that real quick. We're gonna take the Binance futures list. Maybe tomorrow I'd like another stream so we can scan the shitcoins on actually this one on Binance, because I was gonna say there are a lot of interesting shitcoins, but actually I'm seeing ID was added to Binance as well, so need to add that to my list. Okay. And I know, for example, there are coins like Hi-Fi, kind of new listing. We had been watching it during right after the listing, and right now this is potentially looking really good. And if I remember correctly, I think this is a Binance Launchpad, or Binance is involved, and this is the kind of stuff that could pump really hard. So, but it's only on spot, so that's why I kind of want to scan spot, but we're not gonna do that now. We're gonna focus on the liquid stuff, so just for like weekend quick pumps. So let's start scanning. So we said we're looking for forward trend continuation, but I'm still gonna look at the daily chart first. Man, Luna Classic. This is, I'm shocked this is still on Binance Futures, because it's complete garbage. Sorry, I got a phone call. I'm gonna have to take this. Hold on a sec. Sorry. Sorry about that. Let's continue. I'm kind of shocked that Luna Classic is still listed on Binance Futures, but very wiki. I don't know about the volume. To be honest, it's not looking that bad. We flipped for EMA 200. It's not super compressed. Could give a pump. Or what's that? 44%. But man, these wicks, how do you trade that on futures? Disgusting. Oh, SHIB. That's a very beautiful forage compression. Ooh. But is it bullish? Do we want to buy it? So we gotta go back to the daily chart. Yeah, you see, that's the thing. The moving averages on SHIB are still a clusterfuck, because we have MA 100 above price. Like, how many times do you have MA 100 that is ascending but price is below it? That's something that almost never happens. You see the moving average, they are in a super weird order, and that's also, and you can see it in the price action. Like SHIB, for over 1 month, it's done literally nothing. Like, the SHIB Bitcoin chart must look absolutely awful. Wait, no exchange has a SHIB BTC pair. What the fuck? Yeah, because this would be like way too many zeros. Okay, I get it. Whatever. But yeah, basically this super ugly structure is, it's no coincidence that SHIB is unable to do anything, and that we really have a super weird moving averages that tells you this is disgusting. However, if you do break this daily EMA 200, then it's absolutely clear skies. So keep an eye on it. And actually, the fact we actually looked at the daily. Why? Because we were seeing this forage compression. So this should give volatility. Interesting. I'm gonna flag it. I don't like the daily until we're below daily EMA 200, but could be a nice lagging play. What's the upside? What's the risk reward? If I long it on daily trend here, I'm gonna take quite a wide. I mean, it's not actually such a wide stop, but it's quite wide below the daily trend at least. Then we can target kind of like supply level. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? That would need to be refined a bit. And you need to bid at least as low as here, because like any wick that is here and closes above, it's for buying, which if you get it, that would give an average entry around here. That's quite a nice risk reward. I quite like it. Well, but SHIB, I'm not gonna beat it right now. I mean, I'm streaming. I took a quick BTC short because, well, I could just market sell a tiny bit, and just put a stop, and it's the size is small enough that I don't care that much. But SHIB, I want to spread, like as I said, I want to spread many orders. So no, I'm not gonna bid now. Hopefully it doesn't pump, but I have no reason to bid as well because I just started the scan, so I'm not gonna start bidding. Maybe we find a dozen coin looking better, dozen coins looking better than SHIB during the stream. So no, I'm not gonna bid it yet. What is this crap? 100 exec. I don't even want to look at this. Well, after a successful Ethereum upgrade and at an ETH rally, we might actually want to be looking at DeFi. Although I don't know if the old let's say the dinosaur DeFi coins are the best bet. I mean, clearly in the past 6 months we have seen that whenever Ethereum is doing well, you want to ape the L2 platforms and the LSD coins. So that's like LDO, OP, you're starting to know them, the usual suspects. But that said, 1H is kind of starting to look decent. It's just, yeah, it's not the strongest coin, for sure. Like let's say, especially for today, I said we're looking for a 4H continuation, so ideally we kind of want to be doing this on coins that have already showed strengths and start to break. Like let's say if on Monday traditional markets keep dumping, which is a strong possibility, and Bitcoin reacts like it did yesterday, then it's possible we have some red on Monday. I don't know, to be honest. It's just, my point is, if I'm looking for a quick weekend pump, I don't want to buy something that's currently ranging like this, because it might just do all this all weekend, and it's the opposite of what we're looking for. Aave, is it looking better? That's another DeFi one. Well, at least unlike 1H, it's above daily MA 200. It's kind of begging to hit those highs again. So while it's not the strongest looking coin, we do have a pretty clean setup. Of course, when it's on the daily like this, I would say the safest bet is always to beat daily EMA 1321. Let's see what the other time frame looks like. 1H is not looking bad. One H is not looking bad. What do we have here? We have some meme diagonal. We have an okay RSI. I mean, not the most impressive, but not bad either. We have, it's not looking bad. Let's look at lower time frames. Oh, we do have a 15M compression that is kind of breaking out early. But yeah, you understand why I said today we're looking for 4H trend, 15M continuation setups, because as you can see here, these provide very, very safe entries. Yeah, I don't know, it's not necessarily my favorite, but I'm gonna flag Aave for, because it's kind of begging to visit these highs again. Okay, ADA, well, we're already in it and it's doing fantastic. That was our 1H entry, and I still have most of it. But I did say in my intraday plan yesterday, ADA was the one that seemed to be the best suited to go parabolic. So you were informed. Yeah, I really like ADA. And you see, ADA, I did not have this weird structure with EMA 200 above MA 300, and it's not the disgusting clusterfuck that Sheep or some others were, and that's also why it's just doing so well. So I'm really happy about this this 1H entry on ADA. Very, very nice. So nice. Let's just enjoy the ride on ADA. Algo, that's been, man, this one never recorded the World Cup narrative. Well, I guess with or without the World Cup, the chart was super clean, because we had perfect horizontal, this super descending daily EMA 100. That's actually the FTX collapse, but FTX collapse or not, this was the most textbook short ever, man. Pity, but it never recovered. I mean, actually many coins did not make a new low after including Bitcoin, of course. They did not make a new low after the FTX collapse. Algo, not only it made a new low, but it went like 43% lower than the previous lows, while most altcoins actually held the June Luna collapse lows. During the FTX collapse, this one went another 45% down, so that's really how bad it is. And of course these HGF levels. Man, actually Algo did not even bounce. It's like the HGF levels that were the June lows. When it pumped a bit in February. Oh well, okay, it did pump X2, almost X2. But then these previous lows, they turned resistance when Bitcoin and the whole market retraced on that big shakeout to 19,000. And then Bitcoin went like plus 80% and Algo didn't move. Man, this looks like super weak. Don't touch that. Alice. Okay, same. Still below EMA 200. It's kind of weak. I know nothing about the fundamentals. Obviously, we have 3D MA 100 that is getting like completely flat now. So those of you familiar with the MA 100 to EMA 200 gap fills setup, this actually looked juicy. But you know what? I'm gonna set some alerts. Plus, you get this bearish div on the daily. The structure is not great. It's still failing to make a new high here. But I'm gonna set some alerts here. Like if Alice goes there, and I'm gonna, and always add a note here, because most likely when the alert is gonna ring, it's gonna be at a time where you're not necessarily at the computer, and you might not know how to react to it. So it's super important to put a note. Check 3D charts. Okay. One saved me last week, because I was yeah, I had this one on I had these alerts on gold, and I had one saying 1984 long in all caps. And when I have an alert with a message like this, I know I can basically ape in long. And if I look at gold like this, 1984 on tens, yeah, that was this week here. So you know, when I get this alert, I know I can just market buy long. So it's super important to put descriptions, to put some alerts on your to put descriptions on your alerts, because maybe they're gonna hit a week later. And actually that's what happened. You see on gold, I had this alert here because I knew if I had a retest here, that would be a super good buy. I had drawn this quickly here on April 4th, and the alert hit on April 10th, so 6 days later. And I can tell you, 6 days later, you're not gonna remember why you set the alert, especially if you're not at a computer. So always, same thing here on FTM. I didn't even ape in, but this was the FTM setup from our last stream, by the way. It did so fucking well. But I had the alert here saying on FTM meme diagonal breakout. So you see, that's the meme diagonal. And I know if we have the breakout, I can also ape in. Sadly I didn't, That would have been a great idea, but again, keep adding alerts. Oh, interesting. I talk about a short on Joe. I'm not shorting that now. Anyway, let's keep the scan, but really that's the little habit that might make a difference. So please add some descriptions on your TradingView alerts. Okay, so we're gonna see a lot of coins that are showing this sort of compression, a bit weird, a bit weak, below daily EMA 200. I'm gonna avoid these, really. Anchor is different. Anchor is looking a bit like GRT. As first, you see the difference between what I just watched here on Alpha. Here we have all the daily moving averages very flat, below price. This is looking like this is looking good for a quick pop actually. I look at 1H. It's still a little bit choppy, but it's pushing. It's not bad. It's not looking bad. But I don't know the liquidity on this one. Basically, if we break here, I think we tap the highs here. Not my favorite. Let's flag it. Didn't we discuss this on stream? Is it the one I compared with IMX? I forgot. Okay, this is a big range. This API 3 stuff, that's on Binance Futures. Jeez, CZ is really listing any kind of garbage. Oh, APT, that's an interesting one. Because we had the 12H compression. Again, you want to switch to the time frame where you have the compression. I think people who are familiar with my system, you should know that already. But APT, basically, you see 12H EMA 200 holding price perfectly. You see EMA 100 going down here, so that's the current time frame compressing. That's the one you want to pay attention to. Actually, so much demand on this 12H EMA 200 that could have been a decent buy. I like it. Also, the fact we reclaim this level means that obviously we have this sort of mid-range here, which is actually pretty clean. But that means we have a good chance of tapping these highs actually. APT, that's good. What does it give on the 4H? Oh, it gave a very quick tap into 4H trend, bounced. I like that. I like that. It broke out. Again, the perfect entry on 15M EMA 200. Yeah, it broke early out of the 15-minute compression that was in progress. So when you have early breakouts like this, yeah, well, you kind of want, the system says you buy 15 MMA 100 from the above. This is looking clean. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Very nice. I hope it doesn't just, I don't really want to ape in. What was it? Give us a pullback. It's a bit late. Maybe we should have streamed 2 hours ago. I don't know. I was sleeping. It is what it is. APT is very nice on a pullback. Obviously, we'd love to get an entry on this red EMA. Like if we get something like that here, that's an obvious buy. I don't wanna ape here. I haven't decided of the setup. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna set ton of alerts, and if something hits and I'm at the computer, then I'll figure out a setup and share setup. And you guys can also set your own alerts. Again, if we get second tap of 15M EMA 200, I think that's a fantastic buy. So that's the daily level, but if we refine it a bit based on 15M, we can have this this level here. Yeah, if you somehow get this, fantastic buy. So set your alerts, don't be lazy. You have an invalidation at 12:38. I don't know what time frame you're trading, man. For a scalp, that looks okay to me, but in my opinion, a week could be always a bit bigger than you expect. Your invalidation at 12:38. I would be buying your stop here. Honestly, it probably pumps. It probably just pumps from here, but I don't have a bag. I don't want to FOMO in. Any week into this area, I think it's a good buy. So 12:38, 12:37, I would buy that. So Zane, be careful. Honestly, I think it just pumps and I think you're good, but I would widen your stop a little bit. So APT looks great. ARPA. Ooh. Well, it's above all the moving averages, but you see, we already had the liquidity field above. The big gap was filled. I'm not touching that. AR. It got then if it wicks down there and you cannot add, I don't know. I don't know if you have many other positions. If you have a good entry, I don't know, maybe take some partial profits here. It's up to you. I don't want to mess with your trade. All I was saying is I don't really agree with the invalidation at 12:38, because even if you cannot add, even if you don't have like dry powder to add at 12:38, the bullish bias is not invalidated. So I find it stupid to get stopped out if the bullish bias is not invalidated. That's all I wanted to say. I don't want to interfere more with your trade. It's just consider that whenever you get stopped, am I getting stopped at a place that is a good buy level? If yes, then why do you have a stop there? If you have a stop there because of your PNL, that is not the right way to place your stop. The stop is at the technical invalidation, not because your PNL is back in the red. You trade the chart, you don't trade your PNL. Okay, so keep that in mind. Do not trade your PNL. Atom. Oh, I haven't looked at this one forever. I was basically blacklisting stuff because it's been the typical cuck coin. Interesting. Interesting. Weekly stock RSI starting to go back down. It's making a higher high on the weekly. But it does have an ugly structure similar to sheep's. So I don't know, but you know, I mean the red one are my big HTF levels, but if I draw this here, we basically have a former supply level that it has now turned into demand, strong bounce. I mean strong bounce, no, I'm exaggerating a bit, but how much it is since, how much it is this week? 13%. Could Atom play catch up here of the 1H trend? Man, I quite like it. For a quick scan pump. Ready for a scat then. Let's look at lower time frames. We have this high here, which I would like to front run. So something like that. Based on the 1H trend. Nah, the risk of wicking below is... I'm good. It's tempting, but again, it's about what I just said about getting validated if it still looks good. Maybe better fish another week here. We've already had two that were bought up quickly, but I would be in the forest trend. Why not? Plus, if we do have a low entry like this, we're more comfortable to hold. That would be a ridiculous setup. But then I should probably put my stop below 4H EMA 21. Where's the 15 ME EMA 200? It's not compressing. Okay, well, since 15 ME EMA 200 hasn't been tapped, maybe buy 15 ME EMA 200 on Atom. Add alerts, something like that. I don't know. I don't have a lot of conviction, but I want to reassess if when we get something like that. Audio. Ooh. Daily is, I don't know, this week here is not super pretty, but it does have quite some upside. It's juicy, but I don't know where to find an entry on this. I don't like this. Basically here again, I use the breakdown level. It's just been tapped with a peak week. I'm not trading this. Avax, well, that's another one of our setups. How is it doing? That's my other main long with ADA, which has been doing really well, and so I'm okay not to have a lot of Bitcoin longs. Yeah, I guess we're finally gonna hit this level, because this was my main TP and I didn't get it. Oh, yeah, I should have added yesterday in the Forex trend. To be honest, I didn't expect altcoins to give such a strong reversal, because if you remember yesterday in the intraday plan, when we had this dip on Bitcoin, I said don't rush into buying the dip. Why? Because I think we're just gonna chop into the Forex trend and probably bounce whenever stock RSI is reset, and that's actually what happened for Bitcoin. There was no reason to rush into deep buying. But coins like AVAX, yeah, they just gave the quick tap and V reversal, and I wasn't paying attention. I had this level drawn, so this horizontal plus the Forex trend, that was a good place to add actually. I mean, it's okay, I still have a good portion of the bag, and it's doing fantastic. We're like 6R now. Great. And this was from our last stream, by the way. This was all discussed in depth during the last stream. Well, I guess I'm just looking forward to have a ATP hit on AVAX here. What's the daily looking like? Oh, but on the daily, we're just starting to break. We just had our first daily close above daily EMA 200, so it's starting to look a lot like ADA. Oh my god, this is exciting. Now I might really regret not having added to AVAX. Okay. Well, I got an eye on it anyway, because it's one of my main positions. BAL. Okay, so this is again another dinosaur DeFi coin, which I said was maybe not the best play, but Balancer is actually looking better than one each and the others we've seen. We actually have this really super clean stuff. Man, this was a good buy. And you see, unlike 1 inch and some others that failed to bounce, BAL is up like 30-something%. It's pushing at the range resistance. Out of the DeFi, the old DeFi coins that I've seen, this is actually the better looking one. What upside do we have here? And I'm guessing that's aligned nicely with 3D EMA 200. Yeah, you bet it is. That looks good. I'd love to find a low time frame entry on that. Oh, and you see at the beginning of the stream I said it would be very interesting to look for 1H EMA 200 bounces. But that's nice. And you see this structure, higher high, higher low, kind of like equal high, higher low, equal high, higher low, new high. So this is quite like this would have been a good buy, but that was what, 6 a.m. Let me sleep. That's a nice one. I like it. But on the other hand, if we zoom out, can't it give a final test here? Or even just like here? Of course it can. I'm gonna set a ton of outlets all around here. I'm gonna set zoom out, look for meme triangle. Okay. I'm gonna add an alert above in case we have a breakout. Okay. Keep an eye on this one. Bend. It's breaking daily to EMA 200, but you see it doesn't have the same, I don't know how to describe it, like impulse like looking chart. If I look like ADA, I don't know, it's just bend. It just look weak. It doesn't have this nice shape. I guess we can always draw another meme diagonal, but nah. Okay, maybe if we break this meme diagonal, we can have a big impulse. I don't know. Not a big fan. Bat. I like this one better because this one looks very much like ADA. You see, you have, instead of having this slow, ugly grind up like bend, we actually have a clear impulse with a higher high and clean higher low. Notice the difference. You see, I mean, you can kind of see it too because everything obviously is correlated to Bitcoin, but you see this is soft. This is not looking like strength. This does a lot more. This looks just like the Cardano setup before the pump. Yeah, I'm liking that for. This is the kind of lower time frame transaction that I like to see. Yeah, I like that. Not sure where I'd enter though, but yeah, I like that. I'm liking that. I like that. Like that. I like that. Want to bet on the breakouts? If you have a bullish bias, and this was also we just had the first daily above. Yeah, I guess this is a low time frame entry, but if you look at the daily, it's kind of sucks because if you observe for the past week, what did we have? We had week, 6 weeks into the daily trend. So daily trend is daily EMA 1321. We had 6 weeks into that, and all of them got bought up every single time. And I would basically place my stop here, right onto daily EMA 13. Ooh, no thanks. In that case, that means if I want to play a breakout, I kind of want to really play a breakout here, I'm begging to get chopped, because if price goes here, is the bullish bias invalidated? Probably not. Right, that would be right on for EMA 200. No, that's dumb. That's a shit setup. Don't take that. I mean, take it as a breakout trade. Don't just wait for more chop and position too early. Yeah, I guess BAT is just one of these coins where you might just buy daily EMA 13 and chill. But it reminds me a lot of ADA, so I quite like it. Bitcoin trash. I haven't looked at this since forever. Also breaking above daily EMA 200. How much upside is that? Ooh, very high. Very high 3D EMA 200. But do I want to long this garbage? Actually, I might. This is not looking bad. Not bad, not bad. That I don't want to look at that. Ah, BLZ. Such a scam coin. Oh, I don't know, I don't want to look at it. BNB, that's a very, very interesting one. Especially it's doing exactly what I drew on a stream like, I don't know, a few weeks ago. Scrub that range, but on last stream, was it last stream? That was, no, actually that was a stream from mid-March. I said we're pushing below our HTF resistance, very, very clear HTF resistance. And I said we could have a final tap of daily EMA 200 around here, then push here, and then we have a big breakout. And I didn't buy the dip here. This looks quite bullish. We might just have a big breakout here. Man, what a breakout it would be. 35% on a major. BNB. This is looking nice. Oh. Why didn't we start with BNB an hour ago? Yeah, this is looking good. But that is also not a very good looking low time frame chart. So what would be nice? What would be a nice entry here? I'm not so sure. But I do like BNB very much. Well, okay. If we zoom out, it's a bit cleaner. Yeah, I guess anything in the forex trend with a kind of loose stop would do. Something like that. Actually, that's a super tight stop. That's 1.63%. Yeah, if we were to get something like that. Yeah, Yeah. Yeah, BNB is looking nice, but I'm not sure about the entry, so I'm just gonna add some alerts. What? You've reached the overall limit of 2 alerts. But this includes both active and inactive alerts. This is so stupid. I know I said a ton of alerts, but this is the first thing I'm seeing that. Why would I want to keep inactive alerts? Get out. Yes. That shows how many alerts I set on TradingView. Okay. I set these. I don't know what I want to do with it yet, but I'm liking BNB here. We haven't been super fast, aren't we? I'm probably streaming for just another 20 minutes and we're still looking at the bees. Okay. PNX, I'm not touching that. BTC dominance, BTC C98. Okay, that's not what I wanted. I want to look for continuations on strong coins. What is strong today? Let's look at the biggest winners. Okay, CTSI, I don't want to trade that stuff. Near, that's an interesting one. Okay, now that's a really interesting one because at the beginning of the stream, I said we look for 4H trend continuation with the clean 15M compression. And this is the textbook 15M compression. Like, it's actually absolutely perfect with like 4 taps of the compression support. That was beautiful. That is the textbook 15M compression pump that I wanted to find on stream today. You see the typical very narrow compression here into big pump, and with the compression support. That's really the textbook setup I wanted to find on stream today. I guess we're a bit late for this. Okay, well, if you find that's some homework for you, if you have time this Saturday, if you can find stuff like that, obviously with a chart that has a nice market structure, what does near look like on the daily? Oh, it has quite some upside to daily EMA 200. You see, either I want price to be above daily EMA 200, or if daily EMA 200 is not below price, I want, because I'm considering this a strong resistance to beat, I want to have enough upside. Okay, so near was the perfect one. SXP. That's, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with this. That said, since 4H trend was absolutely perfect on the way up, since it was perfect on the way up, perfect on the way down, I don't know what kind of shitty market maker is giving such a clean stuff, but I might actually just want to buy something like that. I mean, if it's that dumb, why not actually? Why not? But Forge stock RSI is not going to be reset, and we kind of want that usually, like here. Why not? I mean, it's kind of a really left curve trade, because sometimes left curve setups are good. Like, it's just, I have a simple observation thinking that the 4H trend is extremely well respected, so I could just make a bet that it's going to be respected one more time. But this is really left curve, because there is no strong thinking behind this. It's just okay. Coty, that's an interesting pump. And actually, this price action, this kind of ugly one edge consolidation here, this reminds me a bit of what we've seen on Atom earlier. You see? Ah. You see this consolidation? That's exactly what I was telling you. Here. I told you it looks familiar. And actually Atom might be pumping. And let's go back to BTC. As I said, I wanted to take a short. And I kind of did take a short, but now it's breaking the one edge trend. Yes, thank God I took a small size on this. Oh, but actually the original stop was wider, and I said if we reclaim this I can just cut early, so I guess I can always do that. But it's not looking bad. It's actually looking like we might have a breakout of this small 15M compression, so I'm not sure why I shorted this. Yeah, actually sure, back then the one edge looked, we had a good risk reward. That was an okay hedge. That was an okay hedge. But it was also 15M EMA 200, which we're looking to buy on some altcoins. I'm gonna keep this open. I'm gonna keep this short open. If we break the 15M EMA 100, hold above it, which is also the one edge trend, and this kind of like horizontal area, I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna keep that open for now. What else is trending today? We had FXS. Okay. FXS, I'm a bit salty because I remember in our stream 2 weeks ago, I said this was a good long. I missed it, and it was begging to hit the highs here, and I did not have alerts. It went to retest right into daily EMA 200, and it prints 25%. Yeah, that's a bit silly, because you see this. That's the blue circle. I said I was regretting I did not buy, and we got the perfect retest of the same level, same daily EMA 200, and it just prints 25%. Well, I guess that's what happens when you don't set alerts. Well, okay. Scrap FXS. I don't want to look at it. Fetch is looking good. The Binance perpetual chart does not have enough history, so let's go to this. Okay. I'd marked this as demand. I also did not buy. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Fetch is probably a good one to buy on Forex trend. I guess if we do something like this, I kind of like it. Christian is asking about Solana. No, I haven't looked at Solana yet. I got a bit pissed because I kind of paper-handed Solana. I said every small deviation below this diagonal is a good buy. That was like literally our last stream where I went in depth into the setup, and I basically just cut it. I cut it here near break-even before the dip. Then I didn't buy, and I don't know why Solana did way better than other L1s. It even did better than Ethereum. It did better than everything. I don't know why. But then later this week, I said if we get a pullback in this area, that's most likely a buy. Actually, I'm seeing I don't have trading view alerts, so I'm gonna add a lot of alerts here. If I get a pullback like this, it's starting quite well. I'm gonna buy Solana in this area. So now, Christian, you know what's my plan about Solana. So that's basically entering longing here. That's around basically between 22.5 and 23. I think that would be a great buy. Of course, the 4H trend right here might just hold. Oh, actually, I was saying we're looking for 15-minute compression. This is a 15-minute compression. Ooh, okay. So we might not get the bigger pullback I was looking for. It's not as clean as the one on near, but it's pretty good. Yeah, actually, this might just pop. Yeah. Actually, Solana could be a great buy, so thanks, Christian, for showing it to us. Okay, you guys have a few requests, and we haven't been that fast at scanning, so I guess I'm gonna take a few chart requests. So Jay is asking for HX, but yeah, this on Solana looks good. You can just spread buys between here and here. Yeah, that's actually the first very clean 15M compression that we've seen and hasn't popped yet. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna buy. I'm just gonna buy a tiny bag on spot right now. I can always add more if we go lower. Add more if we go higher. Take a small position. But I'm not gonna buy. One size and 500 sold. Okay. Okay. Put tiny bit here. Whatever. So Jay wanting to see HX, and with the AI narrative, that's probably a very good idea. Let's look. Which chart is gonna have more history? The USD chart, I'm guessing. Yes. That was a bad trade. Oof. Ridiculous chart. It's up overextend here. We have a clean range. Week above, week below. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, well, when we have this, basically we have a good probability to tap the range high again. There's no strong EMA setup. It's just, this is just range trading, but it's range trading with a narrative. Yeah, I would say 4H trend is for buying. Basically, I don't think you need to rush anything, but it's quite a nice bag. How much upside is that? 30% to the range high. Not bad, not bad. You can buy some. Let's change let's change the music. This is a bit too strong for the stream. Let's chill a bit, guys. Okay. So, yeah, Jix looks good. Small pullbacks are for buying. We probably just keep slow grinding up. That's good. Good recommendation. What was the other request? There was request. Yeah, it's possible that FTX relaunch news had an impact, but actually, when did the strong breakout start on SOL? It was April 10th. That was like, and I think the FTX relaunch was actually announced on Wednesday or Thursday. That was around here. So either you had a fuck ton of insiders who bought it, which is possible. Either it's just not the explanation. I've heard people mention the Solana phone, which is kind of dumb to me. I mean, this kind of phone news and stuff like that is like, it's like the typical sell the news events, but whatever. Anyway, it's okay. We missed Solana. We could add AVAX with super tight stops and the good sizing, so we're all good. Yeah, you're asking about Wu, Mohammed. Yeah, Wu looks great. It looks great, but it's yeah, perfect bounce on that horizontal level. I don't know why I didn't buy that. Plus I got a lot of friends who are deep in Wu, so yeah. But you know, my previous the two previous trades we took on Wu, we were targeting this level, and we're targeting this level. We didn't get the last target, but Wu is kind of like approaching. I was gonna say it's approaching taking profit level, but if it does break out of that range, the FOMO is gonna be insane. Oh, and actually that's where the 3D EMA 200 is. Yeah, Wu is good to buy on pullbacks, but if we do something like that, but this is a super good buy. It's tricky. I mean, Wu looks super strong. It's just it does look super strong. It's just I wouldn't buy here. I don't know if I want to buy the next pullback. It's possible we finally get some bigger pullbacks, and when Wu gives pullbacks, it's usually pretty big. I know it because a few times I tried to take momentum trades on Wu, and every time the pullbacks are just nasty. So I mean, it could totally do something like that. And then people who waited these highs here get front run. We have fresh EMA 200 following. Yeah, Wu might just be a fantastic buy next week. That's actually what, April 19th. That's next Wednesday. I don't know. I agree on the higher time frame. Wu looks fantastic, but I wouldn't buy here. So let's add some adults here. We'll see how we'll see what we get. Paul is asking for Ocean. but it looks good. Yeah, sure, it does look good. Do I want to buy right here? Probably not. Let's just make it more an area because we don't have a super clean level. It does look good, but I'm not buying here. I'm not buying here. Maybe Bitcoin is actually gonna give a pullback at some time. Oh. Russian. Yeah, I'd buy it around here. Give a small pullback. Give a small pullback here. Like a higher high, maybe a little weak into here. Shake out a lot of people. And we have the Forex EMA 200. Yeah, that's good. I like Ocean. I'm just certainly not buying here. But looking at the daily chart and 3D chart, we're even already breaking 3D EMA 200. 3D EMA 300 was the stop here. Man, look at this. That looks great. That looks great. I mean, flip this, and I'm not up to date with the project's fundamentals, but this is going to $1 and above if we break this screen. Very nice swing. But it's also the kind of pump that could take like 3 or 4 months to get there. Why not? Why not? Not a bad one. Jay asking about JMX breaking daily level. I haven't traded JMX much. Pierre did a lot. It's Pierre's favorite coin. I don't know if there's more history anywhere, but this looks like pretty much like price discovery. It's pretty much like price discovery. It looks good. I don't know what to say. I'm pretty sure Pierre has been making you buy every dip on GMX. So, and we got a perfect Forex EMA 200. Oh, that was a good buy. Did GMX buy the Forex trend as well? Yeah, GMX is a good one. You get some pullbacks, you get a bag of GMX. But honestly, looking at how well it's done, it's probably the one you want to just have a spot bag and forget, and hope that it becomes the Binance of Arbitrum, the Binance of Texas, or something like that. It could be a good long-term bag. A bit late, to be honest, because if you've been an Arbitrum believer or a decentralized perpetual swap exchange, you should have got a GMX bag for a long time already, and be like X2 plus. Yeah, GMX is strong. There's no denying that. It's one of the few altcoins in price discovery. So for sure. This is GMX USDT spots. Okay, what's my take on Quant? That's a very good question, because Quant is still one of my long-term bags, and it hasn't been moving, and has been pretty disappointing actually, considering the ridiculously good. I mean, it has it all. I don't even know why it's not pumping, because it has fantastic tokenomics. Basically, all of the tokens are already circulating, so there's no token unlock, there's no VC dumping on you. There's just, maybe that's what it's missing, some VCs engineering scam pumps for exits. So you see what you think is normally bearish, it's actually bullish. Yeah, Quant hasn't been moving, but it's one of my long-term backs. To me, it has it all. It has the tokenomics. It's also a project that unfortunately is helping to provide infrastructure for CBDCs. So as much as I hate CBDCs, if CBDCs are a thing and Quant becomes, I mean, I think CBDCs are a dystopian nightmare, but if they are inevitable, you may as well make money out of it. So if Quant provides the infrastructure for CBDCs, this is going to be a top 15 coin, and that means it's finally gonna pump like this. And yeah, so it's one of my long-term bags. Obviously, clearly it's been very disappointing for in 2023 so far. Let's say it's hard to complain because the first purchases were here, and basically, as you can see here, it printed almost an X5 during peak bear market. So give it some time, give it a break, because when the entire market was like absolutely dying and capitulating, Quant pulled basically an X5 during peak bear market. So give it a break. And it's still above this 3D MA100 that is here. Yeah, it's disappointing, but I would just say give it a break. Give it a break, because if you look at maybe if we want to find some really HGF chart, I would have to go to Bittrex BTC pair, remultiply by BTC to have USD pair. This would be the really high time frame chart. Yeah, it's looking good to me. Just it capitulated way faster because, you know, it's a coin that had been looking for new exchanges forever. Considering the market cap and considering the community, considering everything, no one understands why it wasn't listed on Binance earlier, and then it got listed on Binance pretty much just before the peak bear market. So since there was no longer Binance listing expectation, it actually did a full retracement much faster than the other coins. So it did have this full bear market, but just much faster, and it recovered also way faster. So yeah, Quant, it's been chopping here. Basically, as long as it holds this weekly EMA 200 and this level here, even if it goes to 86, I might just buy even more. Do I want to be selling this here? Yeah, I get it. I mean, if it's a big bag for you, yes, that's possibly another 30% drawdown, but that's a long-term bag for me. I'm happy to just buy more. That's my take on Quants. Yeah, we might actually see lower. Actually, if I look at the 3D chart with much more history, it looks very different from the Binance one. Because we do have on 3D, we do have the 3D MA300, and we have the 3D EMA200. All of these are that we don't really have on the Binance chart. So looking at full history, yeah, we have all the three big MAs tied here. No, that's good. That's good. I'm not selling Quant. I might actually rebuy it a bit more here, but I don't know. Even as low as 86, I'm happy to buy more. So whatever. If you're not too sure, you can also, you know, play it safe. Like you see, you have this very clean level on Quant. See here, 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 here. Big dump when this is lost, resistance again. So you could also simply wait to reclaim that. And I would probably buy more as well if we were to reclaim that level. So because basically if you reclaim this level, you're kind of guaranteed to go to at least 250 to 80. So I would have no issue buying more Quant if we flip this level. So if you want to play Quant the same, in the safe way, basically without, by safe I mean that without having to suffer opportunity cost and drawdown. For me it's a long-term bag that I have on, I'm not even buying on Binance. I've been buying this here and there on Uniswap. It's on one of my hardware wallets. I'm not touching it. But if you're afraid of, let's say, having a significant portion of your Binance portfolio stuck in this and it just chops, and maybe seeing a 30% additional drawdown, yeah, that's not the way you trade Quants, and I can understand why it can be painful. To me it doesn't matter. I've been buying this area. Yeah, I understand why it's painful. So Quants, I buy more here and I buy more here. Here you're in the middle of nowhere, so you're stuck in limbo. It's a terrible place to sell. It's not necessarily the best place to buy. It's up to you. Actually, the 3D chart here is it's quite nice. Yeah, but yeah, okay. You got the idea on Quants. Man, I wish we found more setups like the near one. Yeah, aping in OP. Oh, wow, there was this daily MA 100, absolutely perfect here. Why did I miss OP? I feel a bit retarded not having both OP and this perfect daily MA 100 plus with the Ethereum narrative. That's what I was saying earlier. Is whenever Ethereum was doing good, we used to ape into the old DeFi coins. But now, obviously, L2 and LSD coins are way better. Man, I feel a bit retarded for not aping here. GRT is another very good looking one I mentioned earlier. I wanted to take a look at. Yeah, GRT is looking really good. Yeah, I want to buy dips on this one. I'm gonna flag it because definitely dips are for buying on this one. Why do I have orange flags and green flags? What else? Rose, well, you had the 4H compression here. That was the Q. Very nice. Also very much looking like my ADA. Rose, you wanna buy dips. Rose is one you wanna be buying dips. If you guys have a few other chart requests, maybe drop a few tickers. I'm gonna stop the stream soon. We've set up tons of alerts. So while I'll be doing groceries this afternoon, I hope I'm gonna get some alerts hit. Hook might be a decent one. FTM, we kind of covered it. Yeah, I'm sorry, watch the replay. It was covered, I would say maybe 20-30 minutes into the stream. FTM was covered, I'm not going back. Hook can be an interesting one. Clearly it's at resistance. We caught such a fantastic trade in January on Hook. Yeah. Well, you have this pretty obvious level. Right, it's a good one to keep an eye on. Yeah, I like Hook. Do I have it on my Binance Foods list? Yeah, I have it. I'm gonna flag it. IOTX, and that's our official trade. IOTX, it's painful. It's really like watching paint dry. Yeah, disappointing. Can't win them all. At least Ava and Adax made our week. Ooh, Gal, interesting structure. But it's already feel like not that great. I don't know why this is flagged. Lina, this was flagged as one of my chat coins, but I completely missed it. I'm going to unflag that. Is there any other coin you would like? Ooh, RRC and this daily MA200. Is there any other coin you would like me to take a look at? If not, then I guess we'll stop. I will share the list of all the coins that I have flagged. And obviously I've set a ton of alerts, so if anything hits, oh, Dusk is actually starting to look nice, and it has the ZK narrative. Low time frame isn't looking too hot, so 4H EMA 200 here would probably be a great buy. Kind of aligned with this horizontal. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. So I'm gonna add Dusk to the list as well, and I guess that would be okay. Let's take a look. Okay, no more tickers. I already got 3. Let me not forget alerts, otherwise I'm gonna hate myself, because if it does hit our entry and I didn't have an alert, I'm gonna be salty. So Dusk looks strong. CFX, very good one. That's the one I traded the most in February and stuff. Okay, I drew that last week, and I still think that would be the best way to play it. After we failed to close above this here, I said most likely the next step is a bearish retest, and that's exactly what happens. CFX, we have this clear horizontal line with 4H EMA 200. So that's what you want to be buying. Don't overcomplicate it. CFX, you set address on 4H EMA 200. I'm gonna do that myself. Okay, that's CFX. STG. STG is looking really cool, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it does. I don't know the fundamentals. I guess another pullback into daily trend plus this kind of like SR level is a good buy. So STG probably at like 84-85 cents. That's probably a good one. And finally there's ETC. ETC, that's pushing hard below the resistance, but it's a weaker one, and I don't understand the narrative. It's a completely dead L1. I don't understand why this stuff is still alive. Okay, I'm hearing the baby cry, so I guess it's a good signal to stop the stream. Thanks guys for tuning in. I will share the watch list after lunch, and probably Sluis as will have made a stream summary. And of course, well, maybe you have set alerts the same on your chart at the same time as I was doing on mine, so maybe you do have your alerts as well. But if any of my alerts hit, I will let you know as well. Yeah, thanks guys, bye.